welcome to Seasons of Skyrend, a custom 5th edition D&D adventure that focuses on the stories of our characters as they explore the world around them. I am your host and DM, Scott.
Hi, my name is Shannon. I play Arannis Grey, or Grey the Great, to my fans. I am a half-elf bard.
Hi, my name is Chris. I play Vale the Changeling Rogue, sometimes known as Kara Frostfall or Lord Carver Golddagger III.
Hi, my name is Nate. I play Darvin Grimm, the Human Monk.
Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. The year is 164 AT. The Fifth Age has been marked by recovery and rebuilding efforts since a great global catastrophe commonly referred to as the Turn. Cities fell, rivers were rerouted, and mountains came crashing down as whole continents were shaken to the bedrock. The city of Karami lies on the central peninsula on the continent of Sarakar. Karami fared better than most cities after the Turn. Like most of the continent, Karami lies in a state of perpetual autumn, and because of where it lies, the city also has much more night than day. Our story begins in the Bard's Rest, a tavern on the west side of the city. It's just after 3 p.m. and the sun is nearly finished setting. In a few hours, the Bard's Rest will be alive with the sounds of drunken patrons and the music of one of the finest bards in the western part of the city. Until then, Vale and Arannis, along with the bartender, are busy preparing for the nightly crowd. What does that look like?
I'm probably restocking, wiping down any open tables.
Plenty of them. Gray.
He has any gear to herf, I probably end up herfing.
Yeah, I don't have much.
Are you like the roadie?
No,
Gray the Great?
I'm a hand,
Okay.
kind of on call, so I do whatever I'm asked to do.
She's Grey the Great's roadie.
No.
So, yeah, I've got gear. I mean, it's not like a far trek, right? Because I just take it up to my room when I'm done and then bring it back down, right? So there's a little bit of that, and then, you know, if we finish, then I help our bartender friend with whatever he needs, really.
Yeah. While you're doing that, a very well-dressed young man enters the tavern. His clothes are in impeccable white, with red accents at the cuffs and seams, and shoulder-length brown hair. Vale, you would recognize this man as Saren, a member of your dead noble boy's entourage.
Oh, of course.
But he's here to see Grey the Great. So while you're setting up, he comes up to you. I've been sent here to hire you. It's for an upcoming celebration. Interested?
Potentially. Depends on what it is.
Oh, you would be paid well, I assure you.
Money is not the issue.
Sure. The Cifuentes brothers are throwing a special party for Lord Robin's 100th birthday. Lord Cifuentes spoke very highly of your skills, very folksy, and we would love it if you joined us for the party.
When is this party?
We leave in 2 days.
You leave
Yes.
in 2 days.
It'll be just outside of the city, at Lord Robin's request.
Why would someone request to have a party outside the city walls?
Oh, we're going on an owl hunt.
An owl hunt.
Yes.
Can I try and eavesdrop?
Oh, absolutely you may.
Please eavesdrop.
Oh, you want to not be noticed?
I don't want to be noticed, no.
Sure, then give me a stealth check.
I have a 14.
Saren rolled a 19. So
He totally knows that I'm trying to listen to this conversation.
saw you kind of like stop at a table and just clean it extra long while staring at him. Yes, it's something that the nobles do on special occasions to go on an owl hunt. If you've been in the city long enough, you know that owls are not the most common. So this is just kind of something rich people do, like old fox hunts.
Okay,
This is
I
for
got
owls.
I got you. If you are hunting owls, I'm failing to see why you'd want to take a bard who plays loud music on an owl hunt.
Well, music during the day, during the evening, when it's dark out.
And how long would this affair last?
Just a few days. Well, it's about a day or so to travel out to the site and spend a couple days out there drinking, partying, and hunting. And then we'll return.
And now I suppose is as good a time as any to ask what the compensation is.
It'll be 3 silver a day, paid after we return.
And what is this silver contingent upon? What is the contract?
That you play, and play well.
This is why I asked the question. Because, a musician isn't fantastic 100% of the time. And so I have to, as they say, cover my own ass. here, right? Meaning that I can't guarantee you that every song I play is going to be a winner.
Well, at the very least, you'll be fed, and you'll have a place to sleep.
I already have a place to sleep.
I meant during the parties.
Musicians don't usually have an in case we suck clause.
I think they should.
Just crit on every roll and it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, because I can totally do that. I will need to talk to my employer here before I can say definitively one way or another. Is there a way I can contact you?
Oh, will that take long? I could just wait.
I suppose you can do that.
Gotta love the rich.
Could I have a glass of wine while I wait?
Sure, but it's not really mine to give away.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Come over.
Oh! Kara, right.
Yes,
I knew you worked around here somewhere.
I do.
Could I get a glass of wine while I wait for your friend here?
Of course.
Thank you. You are a barmaid, right?
I do, yes I am. So I go
Okay.
off and I come back and
Just
bring it
making
back.
sure, because
I go over to the bar.
Arannis over there is just staring like, what are you doing serving this man a drink in a bar?
No, I want to know how he knows her.
Oh, that is fair.
That's what I want to know. So I go over to the. I'm assuming that. Oh my god, what's his name?
Tobard.
Tobard. Thank you. I assume he's behind the bar.
Yes.
Okay. So I go over and
Cleaning
talk
glasses, setting out bottles, straightening up.
to him. I go over and talk to him about what just happened. Ask him if he recognizes this guy or knows who Sir Robin is.
Sir Robin.
Lord Robin.
Lord Robin, whatever.
How long have you been in the city? Years, right?
Yeah,
You can roll a history check, see if you've heard of this person.
but like on and off. I got a 16.
Yes, you actually have heard of Lord Robin, and so is Tobard.
Okay.
You probably only heard of her as just some rich person who kind of runs one of the larger businesses in the city. She is in charge of the coal business coming out of the mountains. It's something desperately needed in a place that is dark 18 hours a day.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So her and her family have done very well with that.
Okay. Being a bartender are there reasons you can think of why it wouldn't be a good idea for me to go?
Tobard says, well, not unless there's something you have against any of these rich folk or of making money.
I don't really. I'm gonna catch her because I'm assuming she's around.
Sure,
Get
Kara's...
wine.
Oh yeah, she's getting the wine. Saren thanks you for the wine. You can talk to Arannis.
How does he know you?
It's a long story. I'll fill you in later. But if you go, can I go with you?
You want to be like my roadie?
Sure.
Tobar, are you gonna be alright without both of us for a little while?
I can get people to fill in for you. I'll bring in the juggler. I'll get a hold of Rex. I'll bring him in.
Okay. I am pretty sure I can't pay you. I'm pretty sure this guy ain't gonna pay you.
It's okay. We never agreed on my target either.
I know who your target is
Okay.
now. Give me a perception roll to see how much of that conversation you overheard.
But it's a 7 for my perception.
You didn't quite catch the name of who was throwing this party, but there will be a lot of rich people there, and at the very least, this person can get you closer to your target.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of character knowledge, you know your target's name is Lazaro Cifuentes, the younger
Okay.
brother of Lord Cifuentes. The younger, much more popular brother.
Oh my.
It wasn't an easy target. There's a reason I've been trying to work my way up to it.
Okay. So is there anything you need to discuss with Tobard or Kara before you go back to Saren?
Nope. I think that's it. So I head back over and say, Saren, I think we've almost got ourselves a deal. I have one additional request.
By all means, let me hear it.
I would like to bring a set of helping hands with me, a roadie, if you will.
Oh, sure. I completely understand needing help.
All right.
How many are you bringing?
Oh, just one.
That sounds good. We'll only be paying for you. It's up to you if you want to pay your help or not.
They understand that. So do I.
Very good. In 2 days, just after the sun rises, meet us at the South Gate in the eastern part of the city. The South Gate is really just kind of like the entrance to a hunting trail. It is definitely wide enough for like wagons and stuff. Meanwhile, in the monastery of Karam, across the city, Darvin Grimm, you receive a new target. Remind me what that's like when you receive a name of someone to kill. Is it someone coming down to tell you personally? Do you get a note?
It's a note.
What information is on that note?
Name of the target, how to find them if possible, time frame, because, it's good to do a lot of reconnaissance first and figure out as much as I can to do it as smoothly and undetected as possible.
Okay.
But sometimes they give me rush orders, then I have to figure out how to be faster.
You receive a slip of paper, which is the standard delivery method for your targets. Are these like sealed in any way, or is it just a loose piece of paper?
I want to say it's a loose piece of paper, but it's dropped into like a one-way box, like a mailbox kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it.
Is that like in your room?
Yeah. So the outer part of the box, the slot is outside of my box, but then I have to check it. So I have to I hear it if I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise I just check it like every night before I go to
All
bed.
right. You're in your room. You hear a little in the slot. And when you go over to open it, there's a paper on there, and it has the name of Janice Robin,
Okay.
who is definitely Lord Robin. The time frame is short. Got about a week to do this.
Okay.
When you receive a target, what do you do?
Well, first I have to start, spying and stuff. Learn as much about it as I can. In a rush order like this, it doesn't give me a lot of time.
No, it does not.
But if it's a noble, I might already have some information.
You might. You can also give me a history check.
Alright. 20.
Dang.
Not a great.
Nice.
17
You have-
plus 3.
You have real good history. Okay, yes. You know this person. They were not at the party that your father held. She is almost 100 years old. She's very old. She is very, very wealthy.
Damn.
She is a widower, and she has a very nice place on the eastern side of the city. And you also know about her business. Coal magnate.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Well, I start concocting a plan. It sounds like I already know what I need to know. Mostly. That's probably not. Since she's super old, probably the best thing to do is sneak into her quarters and try to make it look like she passed away in her sleep.
Bold.
Okay.
Bold move.
I mean, that or she died of black lung from the cold, but I don't know if people know that.
Oh, she
doesn't go into
she's not a miner herself.
I see.
She goes in there for, inspections and to show other people around, look at this thing that makes me all my money.
But not enough to get...
But she's not down there with a pickaxe.
Alright.
Okay.
So I gotta figure out the best way to get in.
Would you like to go to her residence?
Yeah. I gotta case the joint. See what I can suss out.
Okay. You head over to her manor. It's very large. It has a set of gates at the front, fenced in all the way around, and there is someone standing at the gate. Well, a watchman, basically.
So I'm gonna, do as stealthily as I can, sort of circle the entire place to see if there's any potential point of entry.
Give me a stealth roll.
13.
Guards will do the same. You make it most of the way around the perimeter before someone near the rear gate spots you. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any business here?
No, just going for a walk.
Roll deception, please.
2.
He looks at you very suspiciously. Says, how about you just keep walking then?
Fine.
Unless you have business with Lord Robin, keep your distance.
No problem.
During your walk around the building, though, you can tell that there's a front gate, which is rather wide, closed, and there's the rear gate, which is much smaller, is also closed, but it only has the one guard. Other than that, the only way to get in would be to jump the gate, and then once you are past it, you would need to probably about 50, 60 feet until you get to the building proper.
Okay.
The grounds are very lovely.
I need to find a way to get in. I mean, inside the house.
Yeah,
I can come back at night and hop the gate fence. That's easy enough.
sure you could.
But I gotta figure out how to get inside without getting caught. And then where her bedroom is.
That's a whole lot of planning there.
And before I do that, I gotta figure out what I know about poisons and stuff and see if there's any way. I suppose I could just smother her in her.
Poisons, huh?
Go with Bello on her.
Yeah, I could just Othello her. That might be the way to go.
What would you like to do then, Darvin? Would you like to wait till night? Or would you like to go... Okay, you wait till nightfall. Arannis and Vale. What sort of preparation do you need to do before you go on this trip with these nobles?
Really anything. I mean, part of the pack I have has a bedroll in it. And they're going to provide me a place to sleep and food, so...
Mm-hmm. They sure will, because if you think they're sleeping on the ground, you're crazy.
I will probably take my super fancy bard costume that got made for me for the last party.
Oh, the blue one with the tight pants. Yeah.
With the Russell Brand pants, yes. Because these are fancy people, and clearly fancy people don't like the way I dress. So So
Okay.
I'll take that. I won't wear it out, obviously. I'll change because slogging through the woods in fancy clothes sounds like a terrible idea to me, though they probably wouldn't think so.
Okay. And Vale.
Vale's going to bring a pack of pretty much all of her ordinary, mundane, not any good at, attract any attention items, except for making sure that she has her thieves' tools with her.
Oh, that's a good thing to bring.
She is in the form of Kara. Vale being asexual, Kara being female.
Yes.
Her dagger, for sure. She has many different ways to hide in her skirts and bodice and all of that fun stuff.
That's fair.
And her brain. She's got some...
Her brain? Wait, is it in a jar somewhere?
No, I'm just saying, coming prepared, having some plans on how to get to her target.
Oh, okay. You had me confused for a moment there.
No brain in a jar.
When do you not bring your brain?
No, I'm sorry, and a plan. That's what she's bringing, a
I
plan.
never bring mine. So
Arannis, do you have a weapon, or is it just the loot?
I have no weapon. Oh, no, that's a lie. I have a crossbow and a dagger.
Okay. We will give good old Master Darvin Grimm here a chance to succeed on his plan before we go out into the woods.
So
Because
excited.
if she's dead, there's no party.
I don't get paid.
Darvin, it is nighttime. You are free to do whatever skulking about you want to do. Oh, when you go out on a kill, do you wear any sort of special hood or outfit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a roby cloak kind of thing, hood.
Mhm.
You gotta conceal the identity.
What color is that?
Gray
All right,
or black.
it's up to
I
you.
was going to say gray, my favorite color.
Oh,
How about like a dark gray?
all right.
Still a good color.
And you are lurking around at night. Where are you going?
Well, again, trying to find the easiest to spot in the fence without getting detected.
Sure. The watchmen are posted only at the gates, so at the front and the rear. And this time of night, there's one at each. And they're just kind of leaning up against the fence in a very kind of just lackadaisical manner. They're out here as a formality.
Okay.
People don't usually attack nobles within the city in their own homes, but this is just in case anybody shows up, keeping things proper. You know that climbing over one of the side gates, or side fences, I should say, probably be your easiest way to go in unnoticed.
Okay. Then I will do that. Head for a side fence.
Give me a stealth roll. See how quiet you are.
20.
Ooh,
Not crit.
very, very quiet. You slink up to the side fence and give me an athletics to climb over that.
12.
Yeah. And these are not like siege fences or anything to keep people out. It's just a fence to denote her property line. So you're able to climb it very quietly, very efficiently, and you're on the inside. The grounds are mostly grass and shrubs with some stone paths leading towards the building. There's some light coming out of the windows. Probably like candles. What do you want to do?
Stealth up the path, see if I can find a good entrance or side entrance.
Alright, stealth roll.
Crit.
You move from shadow to shadow between the plants and the rocks,
Pure
and you just appear flat back up against the wall of the building in the shadow. And the front of the house is to your right, the rear is to your left. There's windows on the side of the building. They don't appear to be open.
Okay.
People don't tend to leave their windows open here. It's a little cold.
Gotcha. It's always winter.
It's more like autumnish.
Oh, right. Always autumn. Any...
So where would you like to go?
Well, I want to try and... What's the word? Circumlocute? Is that a word?
Circumlocate?
Circumlocate? Is that a word?
Circumnavigate?
Circumnavigate.
You want to walk around the building.
Located.
Yeah.
How does one circumlocate
Looking
something?
for a potential point. Looking for my best point of entry. I mean, maybe it's the front door and I gotta figure out how to do that, or maybe there's no way.
Sure. Do you want to go towards the front or the back?
Towards the back.
As you sneak around the side of the building towards the rear, you notice there's no one posted at the rear entrance. It is a relatively plain door, as opposed to the rest of the building. This is mostly for groundskeepers and servants to come in and out.
Nice.
And you look off towards the fence, and there's the watchman leaning up against the gate, looking out.
Like away from me?
Yeah, away. He's looking towards the rest of the city. He's not looking inside.
Got it.
And you're at the rear door.
Investigate the door. I want to figure out if it's locked, and, I'm assuming it's not trapped, but...
Sure, how are you investigating? Are you going to just try the handle? Or
Yeah,
you
just real quietly try the handle.
Okay.
See what happens.
It appears to be unlocked.
Nice.
People don't always lock their doors when they've got locked gates.
Okay, so as quietly as possible, I'm gonna...
Give me another stealth roll. You're now going inside the house.
12.
You open the door. There's a slight creak. The light is very dim back here. As you make your way in, you notice that very next room is like the pantry next to the kitchen. And there are a couple of servant girls working in the kitchen there, cleaning up from the day's food.
Servant girls.
And they are talking about the upcoming... Well, one of them gets to stay behind and clean up. The other one gets to go on a trip into the woods. And they are both very jealous of each other. Like, going out of the woods is great, and you get to see trees, maybe some animals, to experience wild living, as it were. But it also means they're going to be waiting hand and foot on Lord Robin and your friends. And the other one, gets to stay home in an empty house. Very few people to wait on, but that does mean they have to clean everything in the house while Lord Robin's gone, which is just tedious as fuck.
When are they going into the woods? Do I know?
Are you just going to stay there and listen to their conversations?
Yeah.
Yeah, you find out that they're leaving in, what's this? Not tomorrow, but the day after.
Okay, change of plan. Yeah, let's not do the thing where I'm probably going to get caught.
No?
And do I have an idea where they're going to be?
Not at this point. They have not discussed that.
I'm going to stay and listen as long as I can, get as much
Okay.
information. I might even come back the next night if they don't reveal it.
If you want to stay long enough, just squatting in a corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to hang out for like an hour, you will find out that they're leaving in a couple of days along the Southern Hunting Trail. You'll also learn that Lord Robin has loved to do this ever since she was a child. It was like one of her favorite things to go do.
Brings me some comfort. She'll die happy.
That's cold.
At this point, they have broken into a very cheap bottle of wine and are less cleaning up and more just sitting around and talking. Everybody's asleep, so they're having the night off, basically. As much as a servant can.
Right. Do I have any idea what they're hunting?
Yes, they mentioned it was an owl hunt.
Damn.
What, you don't like to hunt owls?
No, just no one's gonna believe an owl killed her. Still, I could make it look like some other wild animal attack.
You can certainly try.
Or I could just set her tent on fire. That would be easy.
Whatever you want to do. So, how long are you going to stay in the pantry in the dark?
Once I know where they're going, when-ish, which you already told me, and what they're hunting, which you already told me. That's all I need to know, I think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get the fuck out.
Give me a stealth roll to make your way out of the house. This will be to get you to the fence.
Gotcha.
They're drunk.
Ooh, crit fail.
Like, they aren't drunk, but they're not that drunk.
No,
to happen
no,
eventually.
I'm not even gonna have to roll for them. No, I will, because there's a chance they could both crit fail. One of them crits,
Damn
so
it.
no, they definitely do hear you as you open the door. That creak apparently is just really old hinges. Somebody hasn't been oiling, and as you open the door, just oh shit! Oh, what's that? Is someone here? And they head towards the exit that you are currently standing in. Run! You've got a moment to get out the door before they see you. They make their way through the kitchen, through the pantry, to you.
Yep. Slam the door, stealth around, find a place to hide. No, don't slam it. Close it as quietly as I can.
Or just leave it open.
Or just leave it open. Maybe they'll think it just blew open. Alright, leave it open. Get
Okay.
outside, find a place to hide.
Okay, give me a stealth check as you get outside.
13.
One of them comes out, and she's standing in the doorway, looking around, and you've managed to conceal yourself in the bushes along the side of the house.
Shrubbery.
The shrubbery, yes. You are hidden in the shrubbery. She looks around, and she calls out, Randall? Is that you? Huh. Could have sworn. And she closes the door and heads back inside.
Whew, that was a close call. Glad I didn't go with my other idea, which was pretend I'd been asked to check the locks.
You know, that door-to-door locksmith that comes around in the middle of the night.
Please inform your mistress that this door is insufficient.
Wait a minute. That's not the wallet inspector. Alright, you're outside. Nobody knows you're there at the moment. You just have to get off the grounds.
So leave from the same point I came in, sneak around to the side of the fence.
Sure. Give me an athletics to get over the fence.
Okay. And stealth or just athletics?
No. You weren't spotted there.
7. Wait, do I have it? Yep. Nope. 7.
Okay. You're struggling at the fence, and the guard at the rear gate is starting to make his way around the building, around the fence. And in a moment, he will definitely be in a spot where he can see you.
Can I get back to my hiding place quickly? No, because it was on back, right?
You could just jump down and be on the inside of the gate, or you can finish climbing and get to the outside of the fence.
I'm gonna do that. Finish climbing.
Or just stay on the fence and let him see you there.
No, not doing that.
Fence inspector. This one's good.
Fence inspector.
Okay. Using another athletics.
Do a crit.
Okay, you pull your belt or whatever off of the fence that got snagged and just leap on over. Give me a stealth roll as you get to the other side, just to see if he notices anything.
19.
And you're able to disappear into the shadows.
Now I get why I put everything into stealth and none into athletics.
Yeah.
Seems stupid, but it's actually kind of smart.
If you're all about hiding and killing people without them noticing, you do need stealth. Okay, you make your way into the dark, and you're free to have the night. What's the plan?
That's one. I'm gonna go sleep and mull it over. I have succeeded in my mission for tonight.
You head back to the monastery, and your roommate is already asleep. Is this bunk bed situation, or more like a dorm where you have beds on either side of the room?
It's a dorm. Beds on the inside.
You don't have to worry about who's on top.
Right. Awkward. Saves a lot of awkwardness.
Okay. Yeah, your roommate, he's asleep there on his bed. He snores a little bit. So what is your plan for the moida? Sorry, for the kill. It's not murder.
For the moida.
Well, stealthily follow the party out. Wait until night and everyone's asleep. And then, this is the part I haven't fully sussed out yet.
But the plan is to follow them into the forest, into the mountains.
And to make it look like either a wild animal got her or some other forest hazard.
Okay, that works well.
How do I make it look like a wild animal got her?
If you use the right weapons.
Do I have any weapons that look like a wild animal? I have a short sword. I could just... If I poke a hole in the tent, people would probably assume it was a bear or something.
Okay.
But then what am I going to do? Just like stab her in the stomach and run?
Bears don't usually carry swords, so if you want to make it look like an animal, then it get a little bit better.
Well, she doesn't have to think it's an animal.
Well, no, she doesn't, but people who find her body might.
Right. I want the people who find her body to think it's an animal.
It doesn't really matter what she thinks.
Do you think they'll be able to tell the difference between sword and claw?
Yes, they will.
There are no one-clawed bears in this area. They all have their normal amount of claws on each paw.
How long is this trip supposed to be going on?
You heard it would be at least a few days.
Okay, so I think instead of trying to, get her the first night, I'm gonna hang out a bit and see if any opportunities present themselves.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna have to wing it a little.
That is fine. We will fast forward now to the southern gate at the hunting trail, where Arannis and Vale are arriving, I'm assuming? Yep. Okay. You've each got your packs of gear. Do you have your loot in a case, or you just carry that?
No, I don't know. I probably have some sort of at least sack or something for it, because I travel around a bit, so just to keep the elements off of it.
Alright. And as you get there, there's one very nice carriage with 4 horses at the front of it, and there are 2 still nice, but nowhere near as nice wagons, just with a pair of horses at the front of them. And Saren walks up to you, Arnis Gray the Great, which is only how he knows you, because he only heard about you through Lord Fuentes, so he says, Gray, so glad you could join us. Fortunately, I think you and your companion are going to have to walk. Not quite enough room for everybody. You and some of the other help will be on foot, if that's all right.
The is in my head, and the it's fine is out loud.
And you can both give me a perception check.
I got an 11.
Better than me. I got a 9. Woo!
You can both see a number of people in the fancy carriage, including a very elderly lady. She doesn't look weak old. She's just got so many wrinkles and lines on her face and very, very gray hair. But she does look very well dressed and presentable. The middle cart has some smaller people in it. You're not sure if they're children or halflings. It's hard to tell, along with some of the other helpers. And the third wagon is just supplies. It is loaded with supplies. They say they're ready to go as soon as you are.
Can I do a purposeful scan of the crowd? We actually haven't talked about this, but I want to see if the dude who killed my contact friend is in the group.
Okay, I'm glad that we came to this. Because I remember the thing I said I wasn't going to do, which was listen to our recordings and then call you on bullshit. Mm-hmm. But I listened to the recording while I was editing, and you said you didn't know who it was who killed your friend.
Yeah.
So then how would you be able to recognize them?
Okay. You're right, never mind.
You just got recorded.
Fact-checked.
Fact-checked.
DM'd.
Then never mind.
Like to review that call.
But what would you... Like, are you just looking around for that specific person, or do you want to look around for unstable, shady folk? Like...
Well, if I'm not looking for that person, then I want to like look and see if there's anybody in the group that is like a notorious duelist, like someone who is known to be quick to draw.
Sure. You can look around for that. I'll let you use investigation for that.
Thank you. Oh, and I crit.
You don't notice anyone among the nobles as being particularly short-tempered. Most of these people here are older, with the exception of Lazaro, your target. He's definitely on the younger side, probably in his like late 30s, early 40s. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is at least in their like 50s or 60s. As you get to the help, you notice among the smaller people, there are two very young half-elves. Physically young teens.
Super young.
And, yeah, you crit. I'm going to give this to you. You notice a very small half-orc who you recognize right away as that rival assassin of yours.
Okay.
We say this was a male or a female?
I actually don't think I said.
Okay. This is Lorraine. She is not young. She is just small.
Okay.
Like under 5 feet for a half-orc, which is rare. Yeah, that's why she works from the shadows.
Got it.
She cannot be the upfront barbarian half-orc, but she can be the murdery type. And then there's also just like cooks, and there's someone on the third cart, just a human, just a guy. He's got a rather large cage of rats.
I'm gonna give Lorraine the hairy eyeball.
Yes! A hairy eyeball.
Just gonna give it right back to you.
Wonderful. Some hairy eyeball given right now. Okay.
Alright, and we set out. And the first day is just traveling on the trail. Oh. Before we set out, Darvin, are you trying to follow this group?
Yes.
From the shadows?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll for the day.
12.
As you're moving through just off the trail somewhere, following them around, a couple of times the horses kind of turn and look at you, or in your direction.
Stupid horses.
Smart horses. But none of the people do anything. Whew. And you follow them for about a day. It's probably close to 8, 9 o'clock. And they come to a small clearing. There's a couple of logs kind of on their sides, around a fire pit. This is definitely a spot where people have stopped many times before. And they begin to set up camp. For those of you paying any attention, these people's idea of camping is far closer to glamping.
Yeah, I would think so.
Where they've got extremely nice tents and silverware and beds. They get a fire going, and it's all very nice. The hunting doesn't start tonight. It'll be tomorrow. Until then, Saren comes to Grey the Great and asks if he will play for them tonight, while everybody sets up and gets in the party mood.
Sure, I can play for a little while tonight.
Sure. Give me a performance roll.
Oh, goody. We'll see how this
You want
goes.
to tune that loop first?
I get a bonus for tuning my lute.
No.
Well,
I'm just being a jerk.
She should have tuned it.
I should have tuned it. I got a 9.
It's not the best. One of the small half-elf girls seems interested in your song. She's kind of listening, bobbing her head a little bit, but everybody else is just kind of going about their work. Sarah informs you that tomorrow, he informs the both of you, that tomorrow the party will begin in earnest. We will wake to copious amounts of food. Wine will be passed around. There's definitely a couple barrels on that third wagon. And then when night comes, it will be time to hunt. You are welcome to join them in the hunting if you wish.
Oh, I'm no good with stealth. Thank you, though.
It's shooting a bow. It's not stealth.
I'm also not so good with a bow.
All right. You don't have to join if you don't want.
I may observe.
This is all for Lord Robin, if you wish.
I'm here as the entertainment, man. I don't have to be good at shooting.
No, you don't. Darvin, they've stopped for the night, and they're setting up camp. They've got a small fire going. What are you doing?
Watching. Seeing who sets up camp where. Whether.
Lord Robin's tent is definitely the focal point
So it's like
of at least the sleeping arrangements. They're kind of set up on one side of the fire, a little bit fanned out. Hers is maybe 20 feet from the fire pit. Nothing in between the two.
Her tent doesn't lock, does it?
Tents don't lock.
I didn't think so.
The best you could do is, like, tie a knot in a string on the flaps.
Is she sleeping accompanied?
No. There's nobody else in her tent. They brought in one very thin feather mattress to her tent.
Okay.
Among all the other accommodations of hers, but only sleeping arrangements for one, unless she's sleeping very close with somebody else. What would you like to do?
Are they all in bed now? Are they still
They're setting up.
I'm gonna
If you want to wait until bedtime, you can.
Well, I'm gonna keep watching them set up. I think I'm gonna do it tonight because I still don't know how to make it look like a wild animal did it. I'm thinking smothering is probably still the best bet, assuming she has a pillow.
She has a pillow.
But then after that, I would like to do some hijinks with my sword. I'm assuming that, we don't have excellent medical examiners at this point.
You can assume that.
As in, I don't think if I, give her wounds that look like an animal cutter, I don't think there'd be some in me going, actually, she suffocated first, right? But as far as getting into the tent...
There may be someone here who can bandage wounds, but there's probably not, a surgeon on call. She does still appear to be in good health.
As far as getting into the tent, you don't think I could do that with a sword and make it look like a bird did it?
You could.
I got into the tent, then I wake her up and did it very quietly.
Or you did it after you killed her.
Bingo.
Why are you helping him murder your employer?
It's okay, I just thought of that.
I'm
You just
working
said
for
it
free.
She didn't hire me.
Okay. That's the plan. Then I guess I'll make my first attempt tonight.
Oh, you're going to make your first attempt tonight?
I gotta make multiple attempts
Okay.
because if it fails and I don't get caught, that gives me another chance. If it fails and I get caught, then I'm fucked, but I don't... Unless you can think of any reason why I should wait, that would occur to me.
I can't think of any.
Me neither.
None that I could say.
Seems like I might as well get this over with.
Alright. So you're going to wait till people go to bed?
Yeah, and longer. Wait until, they've been asleep at least a couple hours.
Alright. So the two of you...
I'm
Or
helping
doing-
set up camp.
Sure.
My intention while I'm doing this, there's two things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and steal, if I have the ability to, some sort of trinket that would be important to Lazaro.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to have a conversation with Saren.
Can I ask what you intend to do with this trinket?
I'm going to set up a rival. So the intention is to get one of Lazaro's trinkets, put it on someone to give him a desire to want to fight him, and then get the other guy to want to fight him, and then set them up in a forest somewhere and have them kill each other.
This is part of a setup deal.
Yeah.
That was enough. I don't need to know all the details right now. Oh, okay. Yes. You can give me an investigation check on Lazaro himself to see if you can notice anything very distinct that he is carrying.
And that's a 7.
So as you're setting up, and he's not doing a lot of work, honestly. He's got a nice glass of wine. He is watching as his tent gets set up. He's in very nice clothes. He's got a number of rings on, a rather nice cap. And that's about all you can tell with the 7.
Do I have any, based on my connection to my former friend who got killed in the street brawl, do I have any reason to address Lazaro? Did he run in my friend's circle?
Yes.
Okay.
Your dead beau's name is Donnie.
Donnie.
Poor Donnie. He was a nice boy.
Donnie boy?
Oh, Donnie boy. But yes, you would have definitely at least seen Lazaro while spending time with Donnie.
Okay.
So if you want to use that as an in, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to. I'm going to approach him like a servant should approach someone who's better than them. I'm not going to kind of push my boundaries.
Okay.
But very kind of penitent. Lord Cifuentes, might I ask you a question?
Lord Cifuentes is my brother. Please.
Good.
It's Lazaro.
Sir Lazaro, I do know that you were close to my good friend who was killed in the duel, and I wonder if you might know who it was that killed him. It might help me find some closure.
Oh, are you speaking of Donnie?
Yes.
Yeah. I can assure you that person is already being taken care of. They are in a cell as we speak.
Well, I thank you for your help and for your graciousness, and I want to move like I'm going to try and like kiss his hand to thank him.
Like literally kiss his hand?
Yeah, like oh my god, thank you.
I think I know what you're doing, so give me a deception check.
Okay. Yeah, because you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know exactly where
This
you're
thing
going.
is a supplication.
That's a 22.
Okay, he rolled a 4. He is
Sweet.
more than willing to extend his hand out for you to kiss his hand.
And I want to try and slide a ring when I go away.
All right.
Slide a hand that.
Yeah, slide a hand that ring.
Here's nothing. 12.
He also rolled a 12. So you can take it, but he will notice.
Okay.
You can definitely get away with it.
Okay.
Do you?
Do I know that he's going to notice? Like, is that what the tie is going to
Yeah.
Then I won't go.
You can
for
either take it.
Yeah, I don't want to
like,
push it.
You'll be pretty sure.
I don't want to push it.
To tug a little too hard.
Yeah. Sausage fingers. All right, and then I just kind of
sausage fingers?
thank him and walk away.
Okay.
That did not go how I wanted it to go, but that's okay. I have other plans.
You didn't draw any undue attention to yourself, so that's fine.
Could have gone worse.
Could have gone a lot worse. Okay. What else would you like to do?
Then, since he gave me the information that I was expecting Saren to give me, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening kind of working and eavesdropping to see if there's anybody that has any direct dislike for Lord Lazaro.
Lord is usually held by
Yeah.
one member of the family
Got it.
as like the actual landowner.
And it's like,
And if something were to happen to his older brother, he
Forgot his
probably
name, that's
become
why I
Lord.
said Lord.
That's fine. Arannis,
yes.
what would you like to be doing for the rest of the night? You've played your song in a fashion.
Try
In a
to
fashion.
tune my lute, see what's going on.
You want to play again? Or are you good with that one?
Yeah, why
performance?
not?
Yeah, sure. Give me another performance roll.
Play another one. Second verse, same as the first.
A little bit louder.
Hopefully not a little bit worse. Much better. That's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
See? I just needed to tune.
As people start tapping their feet, a couple of people start whistling as they're setting things up and getting things laid out. There's a nice table that has a number of goblets on it, a small selection of wine, some like crackers, just a little something to nosh on while people are getting ready for bed. People seem to be having a good time. It's good music.
Good.
Anything else we'd like to do tonight?
Not really.
I'm still
I mean, I'm
looking
really, like, I don't have an alternate, like, motive here. I'm here with one purpose.
Yeah, you're here to
play
get
some
paid.
tunes and get paid. Like, that's literally it. I didn't change into my, like, fancy outfit for this evening either, because I figured people are setting up, like, no one's really paying attention to me. It's not exactly worth it to
Yeah,
try
today's
to
not the show.
get into the type.
Today's not the big show. The nobles and them, they're all dressed in, like, their nice clothes. The help is just, some good cotton pants, rugged shirts. The rich people are dressed as rich people. Anything else we'd like to do before we take it to the next day?
I did want to see if I could hear if there was anybody that didn't like him, Mr. Cifuentes.
Sure. Yeah, perception check. As you're just going about eavesdropping.
Oh, that's 12.
Lady Marimore is not here, but she does have a sister who is here and does not care for Lazaro. Victoria Marimore was spurned by Lazaro at some point in the past, and she doesn't really care for him, but she's here to make a good impression on Lord Robin, to stay in her good graces. This person, much like Lord Grimm, Darvin's daddy over there, is a person of renown and some power. It's the next day. It's about 7 a.m. when everybody starts getting up. It's still dark out, and it will be for a couple more hours. Servants are cooking breakfast. Fire's going already. The rich folk are just kind of lounging about, enjoying like a morning cup of water, milk, juice, whatever. Nobody's drinking yet. So it is definitely time for Arannis to earn his keep. Play during the day. What would you like to play for these fine noble people?
Well, nothing too raucous this early in the morning, because, I mean, everybody's still waking up. They haven't even had breakfast yet. So, something kind of in the midway between, like, the last thing you'd play before they go to bed and, like, something you'd play after breakfast. So, like, not too soothing, because I don't want them to fall asleep again.
You're playing the brunch of music.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
I'll give
Sure.
you a performance roll.
Oh, God. I'm so much happier when this bonus goes up. 13.
Yeah.
It's the brunch of a song. It could go either way.
Yeah. But nobody's upset at it. So Arannis is busy playing his lute. People are waking up, getting ready for the day. Oh, Arannis, are you in your fancy blue clothes now? The tight pants?
Yeah. So it probably took me a little longer to get out there because I was hiking on the tight pants.
Alright. You notice most of the nobles are also dressed very fancily, with the exception of Lord Robin. She's in very practical clothes.
Alright. Respect.
What would the two of you, Vale and Darvin, like to do during the day?
Pretty much the same. Just sneak around, try and make sure, keep an eye on things. If they're moving camp, I need to know about
Oh,
that.
no,
Otherwise,
they are staying put. This is the spot.
are we assuming I slept last night or didn't?
Did you sleep last night?
I mean, I would have if I were
Okay, yeah.
making an attempt, yeah.
Yeah, then you slept.
Okay. Then I'm just hanging out somewhere sneakily.
Alright, give me a perception check.
8.
It is a camp of people going about camply business. Not much you're going to get with that.
It seems campy.
But nobody's... but nobody's getting up and, trying to move camp at all. They haven't started the hunt yet. Vale, what are you doing during the day?
I'm going to, since I'm of a servant stature, would assist Gray the Great over here in anything that he needed done. And then my goal today is to keep an ear to the ground. And I specifically want to see if I can't find anything more out about those young half-elves. The twins. Or the teens, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not twins. They don't appear to be related. Alright, you can give me a perception roll.
Of course, because sucking at those all night. Hey, look at that, an 8!
They are young. You find out that they are here as owl spotters, because they have much better vision in the dark than these humans do. That's right, only one of our party here can see in the dark.
Hey, they didn't ask me if I could help them with that, but
No,
I do have light.
They didn't.
I could help, but nobody asked.
They are spotters. They help the people see the owls so they can shoot them down. That is what you're able to discover about these young half-elves, and Lorraine seems to just be assisting them. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do during the day? Anybody?
I do my thing.
Okay. Every once in a while, Vale comes over, gives you some water.
Let's, see if I can't keep an eye on Saren.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to maybe get a better description of him.
He's no longer wearing his white with red clothing, but he is still dressed in very fancy clothes. This is more of a tannish yellow with burgundy accents on it. He's got shoulder-length brown hair. It's a little wavy. And he definitely brought somebody to accompany him on this trip.
So he's
A lady friend.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful. And about his age?
About the same age as Donnie.
Okay, so he's
So-
part of the younger group.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I've got for this point.
We are moving to the nighttime then. As it gets dark, they kind of pull some fuel off of the fire. Just keep it burning very low. Bring out a large collection of arrows to place them by the fireplace. Fire pit, sorry. The half-elves and Lorraine are going about looking for the owls. Meanwhile, another servant has handed out bows to all of the nobles and anybody else who wishes to participate.
Nope, I'm
If either of
staying.
you would like to. Okay. Darvin, this is definitely something you can see too.
They're not letting me participate.
Do you want to go up and ask?
You want to go up and ask if you can hunt the owls?
Imagine how easy that would be. Crap! My arrow slipped.
And everything's getting very quiet. Like, they're keeping the noise down. One of the servants has pulled that cage of rats off of the wagon, and you'll notice that they all have like a little bit of ribbon tied around their neck. And it just kind of glints a little bit in the moonlight, basically using these guys as bait. So every once in a while they'll like toss one out into the woods, and the spotters will look for owls. And every once in a while, the nobles will take an arrow, dip it in the fire, and shoot into the night sky at where they believe an owl is.
So they're staying in camp at this point.
They're near the edges of it. Like, they'll light an arrow, and they'll go like 30, 40 feet away if a spotter has told them, like, they've found an owl somewhere. And they will, making attempts to shoot them down. What would you guys like to do?
I want to sneak into Lord Saren's tent.
Sure. Give me a stealth roll.
That's a 17.
Okay, you made it into his tent.
Well, I want to search the tent for an item of his that would be known as his, but not necessarily missed right away. And I'm looking for an item of hers that would fit the same description. Hers being his companions.
Oh, his lady friends. Sure. You are able to find a small chest, which you believe has a number of just like personal belongings in it, and you can give me an investigation check to find something in there.
That's a 19 before the bonus, and the bonus is going to make it a 24.
Okay, absolutely. You find what appears to be a man's ring and a necklace. Probably belongs to his lady friend. You are able to take those if you want. Mm-hmm. Nobody else is in this tent.
I'm going to go ahead and pocket them and attempt to sneak out the tent.
Okay. Give me a stealth to get out unnoticed.
15?
As you come out, one of the chefs sees you and just asks, getting something for Saren?
Yes, I was actually returning something that he had sent me to the tent to put back.
All right. Roll deception. Lie to this poor person.
13.
The chef rolled 3. He really doesn't care. Fine. Fair enough. Got my own work to do. See you at dinner time. And you make off with those items that you stole from these nice rich folk. What are you doing while these people are hunting, Arannis?
Taking a rest. Probably chatting with the other servants. Having a drink if they're allowed to do that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. You're allowed to drink.
Oh, in which case, then that's totally what we're doing. I may play a little for them, too. Like, not performance-wise, but just, music. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what I do when my hands aren't occupied.
Just a little something in between sips.
Yeah. It's a friend of mine. It's just a hippie trip. I'm just...
Okay.
Your dad.
Yep.
You're totally playing your dad.
And while you two are busy doing that, the rich folk, you hear a couple of cheers as they've shot down a couple of very small owls. Darvin, what are you doing at this time?
Hatching a possible new plan, but I need to ask you about 2 things as far as feasibility.
Shoot.
And how feasible I would know this is. Like, would I know this is a stupid idea, or would I know this is possible?
Everything's possible.
So I'll tell you what the new plan is, and then I'll tell you the 2 things I'm worried about. Plan is, steal a bow and arrow, shoot her in the neck, make it look like she was shot by either her own arrow coming back down or someone else. Or, if not coming back down, just aim drawn, friendly fire kind of thing.
It could be sold like that. You could certainly sell that. Or somebody could sell that.
Here are the 2 things I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
One, I would have to stealth up, grab both a bow and an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing I'm worried about is, if I did it, let's say I hit her, right? Let's say I hit her in the neck with an arrow. Would you be like, okay, that's 3 damage, now it's her turn.
This woman is celebrating her 100th birthday.
Bit old, man.
If you shoot her anywhere that's not the leg or the arm, there's a real good chance she's just not going to make it.
Okay, good. That helps. So then the question is, do you think, well, not do you think, because, it doesn't matter what you think. Do I think, because you're not going to tell me, obviously.
I might.
I think I have a feasible chance to stealth up, grab a bow and arrow without getting caught.
Oh, yeah. They've brought more than enough. In case, one of the bows is bad luck. And swap it out for a different one.
So it is. Then I'm going to do that at the soonest, best opportunity.
Uh-huh.
At some point when it flips back to me, I have a question for one of the servants. It's not an important question.
Right. We'll let Darvin try to steal himself a bow and arrow first.
Alright.
Stealth?
Oh, it's stealth first.
Okay.
You wait around for a little bit until you see an opening. Nobody's really looking at the weapons.
10.
Make your way up to where the extra bows and arrows are being kept. There's some extra in one of the wagons. As you do so, a footman comes around. You hear him approaching the wagon. You're at the wagon. You hear footsteps kind of crunching along the dirt and the brush.
Okay, I gotta try and disappear into the bushes where he sees me.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me a stealth roll. Yeah.
22.
He comes around and you've disappeared back into the shadows.
Yes.
He kind of pulls a flap open, reaches in, pulls out a tiny little bottle. It's like some special preserve. He opens it up and just drink it.
I'm just gonna wait for my next chance.
At that same thing? Okay.
At the same spot because, I'm closer now.
Sure. After he takes a few long pulls off of that bottle, he starts heading back to camp. And shouting I found the good stuff!
Okay, try again.
You all hear, this footman's coming back and he's got a bottle of very good liquor. Meanwhile, Darvin is trying to steal this boat.
Stealth check again?
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Much better. You're able to get your hands on a bow, and how many arrows are you taking?
2. Don't need more than 2.
Alright. Wow. That is some confidence. You grab a bow and 2 arrows.
I'm assuming she doesn't have a high armor class.
Nobody's
You're
wearing
also
armor.
assuming that you're gonna aim really well, too.
I don't need more than 2.
Look at that. So, you make your way back out into the dark. You've got that, and you are in the shadows again. Arannis Gray, you had a question for a servant.
I do. Which one of you have worked for these folks the longest? This isn't the question, but it's a preamble.
This is just what you're asking them, just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they start going back and forth about, I've worked with her since, I've been here like 5 years now. I've been here 7. No, you haven't. Blah, blah, blah. I remember your first day. You showed up. You dropped all those wine goblets. Blah. Once you find out there's a wine steward there. And he has been with Lord Robin for some 20 years now.
Wow. All right.
She's old.
That'll do.
So some of her servants are also older.
All right, that'll do.
His name is Cremens.
Cremens.
Yes.
All right, Cremens. You gotta tell me, why do they think this is fun?
Because the wealthy don't care who they hurt.
Oh God, that's so bad.
So good.
Oh, well, Gray. It's not for everybody, I agree. Not even all of the nobles take great joy in it, but Lord Robin, she's been doing this since she was a young girl, and it makes her feel young again.
Oh, all right.
If you want to know anything more than that, though, you'd probably have to talk to her.
No. No, I was just wondering. Just making conversation, that's all.
Anything else you'd like to...
Nope.
Yes. Okay.
That's literally the only question I had.
So, yeah. Ooh, bad. So nobody's with the hunting group right now, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you're watching them.
Actually, I might be watching.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't moved since I took the bow because I haven't had a turn, but I would be trying to.
We're not in like an initiative right now.
Right.
So if you've been, after you got the bow, just moving over towards them,
That's what
you've been doing.
Yeah.
You can see, Darvin, one of the half-elf children points up at the sky, just like starts like pawing at like some of the other folks. It's huge! It's a big one! It's a big one! And a bunch of the rich folk like start pulling their, like, everybody's armed. They've got their arrows lit, and they are frantically shooting off into the night. You can give me a perception check. It's always under that plate, huh?
21.
Wow.
Plate is good luck.
Whatever works. You look up, and you can't quite make out the outline of the owl, but you see this kind of silvery chevron in the air, which is part of the reason why these particular owls are hunted. They do have some silvery feathers on their chest. And it does appear to be like a few feet wide. And they are frantically shooting at it, and just arrows are going wide, and it starts kind of dipping around as they continue to shoot at it. Somewhat wildly. What do you do?
So I need to see if I can get a good angle on her quickly where I'm, not too obvious, but have a decent shot.
Give me a stealth roll. You are somewhat distracted shooting at this owl.
Fuck, I crit failed. Because it didn't go under the plate.
Because it didn't go under the plate.
Sure, we'll blame the plate.
As you're moving around in the shadows, Lorraine, who's out there, turns and points straight at you and says, I think there's one over there on the ground. And you notice this group of rich people turn their arrows towards you.
Spear into the woods again before they can see me.
Make a stealth roll.
9.
And with that, we'll bring this chapter to a close. But the story will always continue. Podcast art created by Vanessa Blockland. You can find more of her art on Facebook or at vanessablockland.com. Blockland is spelled Blockland. Podcast music by Daryl Dibber Reconos. You can find more of his music at dibber.mo or at soundcloud.com/dibbermusic. Dibber spelled Dibur. Thank you for listening to this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. If you like what you heard, please rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. If you want to reach out to us personally, you can find us on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast or email us at skyrendpodcast@gmail.com. We are also on Facebook, where you can like and follow us or just chat with some awesome people. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next time.